Yeah, there's so many things that happen in football that sometimes just make you go crazy in your thoughts, and you have to control it. If not, you would lose your mind. That's what I was still pretty early in the game of football. So when I follow football, I try to manage my expectations, I manage my emotions. But then there are times where event happens and you know that, look, does it not look like this club or this team are just self-destructing, they're just self-imploding, they're just deliberately damaging all the effort that you put into it because what club am I talking about? I'm talking about Arsenal, I'm talking about Manchester United. But then there are a few other things we'll talk about before I will come to those. Is this the weekend when Napoli finally hands over the title race and give it to Inter Milan, just as Arsenal have done with the West Ham game to Liverpool? And surprise, surprise, Standard Liège went to Bruges and beat Club Bruges. Yes, the same Club Bruges, that same one, the same one that Aston Villa will play in the Champions League round of 16. That same Club Bruges that created this problem between Gasparini and Ademola Lookman. That same Club Brugge that have been a giant killer in the UEFA Champions League, all of a sudden just couldn't find their integrity. They couldn't find their teeth. They couldn't even bite. Their back was even worse than their bite. But hey, it is football that happens. So I've got a few things on my chest that I need to lay out and bring out. So let me start with the fact that I've also come with an appeal. Yeah, I need to beg now. I need to beg you people. Please do well if you follow this channel. Thank you very much. First of all, before I even make an appeal, let me thank those people who's believed in this cause and this dream. Some of you who's been here from the beginning know what trigger this journey and why we are on this journey and the reason why we keep soliciting for support. And then you also know the many works that we've done. Just watching behind me is a content that we're doing called around the MPFA. The reason that content stopped is because we could not fund the traveling around Nigeria. At one point, I've spent 11.6 million and it wasn't getting the traction that it needed. It's called around the MPFL, and we decided to put it to rest. Not like we've completely shut it down, but for now, we have to put it to rest until we get the much needed traction in terms of our content, and then we cannot go out there again to do. I will always say it. I love the MPFL. I love the Nigerian League. I love Nigerian football. I would always follow Nigerian football. I would always follow Nigerian football. But that said, let me appeal to you guys. So if you follow this channel, talk to your friends to help also subscribe to the channel. If you don't and you stumble on our content, please do well to subscribe and turn on the notification button. Why should you subscribe, you may ask? Yeah, we really do not create content that is really over the top, as people may say. We don't create those kind of content that sells nakedness, that sells sex. They say sex sell. Unfortunately, we don't do that. We do content that is football related, analysis, present, report, you know. And the only way we've been trying to get sponsors to key into our project for this year. Take for instance, next month we're supposed to be going to Europe. As we stand today, as I speak with you today, that deal, that plan might not come to fruition. The reason why it might not come to fruition is not because we do not believe in it, but because somehow, somewhere along the line, we do not have enough number to convince sponsors to buy into what we're doing and give us money to cover our flight tickets, accommodation, and local logistics when we go to Europe. So it might just die, as an idea or as a dream that doesn't come to life. Please help us to subscribe and keep us going so that our numbers will attract people. I was talking to a potential sponsor yesterday and it was like, oh, 17,000 subscribers, that's not really enough. We would have given you the money, at least would have put in between 15 to $20,000 in your project, but your numbers are not good enough for what our budget can cover. So try next time. That's what they just said to us. I went to do a presentation, was PowerPoint presentation, was nice, but that's where it ends. But having said that, anyway, I still believe that In the next 2 weeks, anything can happen. Okay, so that's one reason why you should subscribe to the channel. I also engage our content. When you watch our content, do us well to comment and just give your opinion. That's what we always expect. Like the community that we'll create is a community that shares their own thoughts and opinion. And we've got some beautiful content on this channel, from the Chronicles of Our Legends, where we interview our legend to share their stories so that the generations that are here can learn from them, and also people can appreciate the sacrifice that they have made for the country and the continent and for football in general. All of those things are always very important. Our former national anthem, there's a stanza that says, a line that says, the labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. Having said that, let's come to football. And I want to dwell on Arsenal, Napoli, Liverpool, Man City, and a few of the talking points that have been on the ground. Let's start with Napoli. Napoli started this season with a lot of controversy, the Victor Osimhen controversy, and a whole lot, right? But they've tried to widow the storm. Antonio Conte seems like he's getting it right and he's doing the right things and he's going to win the title. And they are going to ostracize that demons of saying that Napoli only win title 30 years after winning one. Okay. And those were not my words. Those were the words of the great, legendary, iconic Italian coach, former Real Madrid, two times Real Madrid coach, Fabio Capello, and also England national team coach. But then uh, what happened this weekend should make us give some applause to Fabregas and what he's doing with his Como 1906. That team, they are doing a good job and they deserve to be applauded. They stopped the Napoleon team from winning away from home, and they won that game 2 goals to 1. So let's hope that there are some twists, more twists and turns on the road to go. In Spain, the three title contenders made sure they won their game. Everybody hold their destiny in their hand and decided to take it. Atletico Madrid won, Barcelona won 2 goals to 0, and Real Madrid also won today. These other two won yesterday. So it's a clean sweep for them, but Barcelona still top by virtue of the myriads of goals that they have scored. So on goal difference and the head-to-head advantage in the Clasico puts them on top ahead of Real Madrid, and Atletico Madrid is in third with a point difference, okay? But Real Madrid and FC Barcelona are on the same point. That's one on that front. Bayern Munich also won their game 4 goals to 0, so there is nothing to talk about over there in Germany. I think we can all say to ourselves that it's a done deal. Bayern have won that one, so they can afford to start resting players and rotating their team so that they can have the right squad for the UEFA Champions League. That said, in England, it wasn't good. We were going into this weekend looking at matches and saying to ourselves, Arsenal know that a win on Saturday by 4 o'clock against West Ham will take them within 5 points of the tabletoppers Liverpool, who will play on Sunday. Before that game comes in, they should have done that. But then if they don't win and Liverpool plays Man City, I mean, I wasn't one of those who was believing that Man City will beat Liverpool anyway, because the very best of Man City struggled to beat Liverpool. Not now that they are neither here nor there. They're wobbling and fumbling. So I know that that 8 point gap will still come back. Now it's 11 points, and the number of games are very few. So it is one thing to have hope that there are still twists and turns. The question is, will Liverpool lose 4 games before the end of the season? Since the season started in all competition up until now, how many games have Liverpool lost? And even if Liverpool lose 4 games between now and the end of the season, can you trust this Arsenal team to win every single game they will play between now and the end of the season? If you don't, then you should take it that every game Arsenal play from now to the end of the season is just preseason friendly. Arsenal have started their preseason pretty early. We'll wait for June, July to come so that we can start doing signing. But the sad part with the Arsenal situation is the fact that from the end of last season, everybody in the world, even enemy of Arsenal, people want Arsenal to fail. Spurs who want Arsenal to be relegated and kicked out of football know that Arsenal needed a striker. The only people who did not know that Arsenal does not need a striker, or that Arsenal needs a striker, at the board, because they couldn't sign a striker. Then again, divine providence or universal providence happened. Bukayo Saka got injured before the window opened, so you would have expected, okay, yes, they will go into the market. And while the window was open, Gabriel Jesus also got injured, so that was enough reason to say, you know what, we have enough reason to go into the market. Then while the January transfer window was still open, they went to Dubai for that few days of hot weather training, hoping that the miracle of last year January will happen again, but it did not happen anyway. Then what's it called? Kai Havertz, the first night, the midfielder turned Ronaldo da Lima, Cristiano Ronaldo for Arteta, also got injured. So it was more than enough reason to go into the market and go get at least worst case scenario a striker. Arsenal actually need more than a striker, but then just to go get at least one. Arsenal still did not get one. Played against Leicester City, got Merino out of the bench in the 70th or 78th minute, and then he scored 2 goals, and they were okay, that can continue. Well, against West Ham, he started. Arsenal dominated play, but it was all romance, all foreplay, no penetration. It just was like boy that is toasting a girl on the roadside, saying all sort of things, but somebody else who takes the girl to bed. That's exactly what happened with Arsenal, and it is sad. It is sad because this is not the first time this is happening. This has become Arsenal's hallmark in the last 20 years. Remember the season that Eduardo da Silva got injured? Arsene Wenger had the chance to sign players, and he said, no, no. When Eduardo da Silva, the surgery was successful, when he comes back, that was around November. When he comes back, it will be like a new signing running to the end of the season. It will lead them to the title. Arsenal lost the season, lost the title that season by 4 points. And then they've been all the seasons like that. The ridiculous one where they had a chance to sign a striker of a lifetime. The guy is a striker that could have gone on to do better than Thierry Henry in the Arsenal team. But unfortunately, Wenger and the board of Arsenal at the time, bidded 50, the ridiculous and infamous 50 plus 1 for a striker like Luis Suarez. Well, we saw and know what he went on to go and do with the MSN in FC Barcelona, and also helping Atletico Madrid to win the Spanish La Liga in the process when they did a swap deal for him and the Frenchman, what's his name now, Antoine Griezmann. Now, so you put all that together in the mix, and you will see how Arsenal have been responsible for damaging itself by not, making hay while the sun shine. Why not, doing a stitch in time to save nine? Always creating problem. Remember that this season is one of those seasons where the rest of the challengers are weak. Man City dropped. Liverpool, who came third last season, have come from third to come up. If you look at Liverpool very well, this performance is not really so imperious that you would say that they are super dominating. Yes, they're winning. I agree. I'm not going to shit on Liverpool and take them down. But if Arsenal had put their acts together, won games, and I also agree that the Arsenal fans will come up with an argument that, oh, they were denied 8 or 10 points by referees, dubious referees decision. I agree. I'm not going to argue about that one. But you see this title, Arsenal lost it themselves, and it's always coming at home. Last season, Arsenal lost the title not because Man City was good. 2 seasons ago, Man City was over better than everybody, hence they won the treble. But last season, if only Arsenal had won against Aston Villa, all that talk about Man City doing this or that wouldn't have happened. They would have gone the season empty-handed because they lost the FA Cup in the finals to what's it called, Manchester United, as bad as they were. That's to tell you that they were not really imperious. Same again for this season. Now, the bad thing is that next season, Chelsea might all of a sudden wake up to challenge. Man United, we don't know. They are still looking like they are demons of themselves, worse than the demons of Arsenal. But they might come in to try to raise the game and be better than they are right now. And then Man City would come good. Rodri might be back, or they might go to the market and finally get somebody like Rodri. I don't know how they spent 180 million this January and didn't get somebody in the Rodri position. Nobody really can explain that. But hey, it is football. Maybe Pep Guardiola is protecting his man. He doesn't want to sign a player and make a Ballon d'Or winner, win the title, and then not be able to play again. I don't know why. I'm just guessing. But then think about it, that next season Liverpool will still be Liverpool. They will still be top notch. Then you will still have what's it called? You will now have Man City come to challenge. You have probably Chelsea in the conversation. That is if they take care of their poultry. properly, and then they set things right and go from a poultry to a proper football club. And then Manchester United, maybe they get the Pope exorcist to come and ostracize the spirit of the devil from them, and maybe they can change their name to angels. There's no little wonder Madrid are always successful. They are called the White Angels. So maybe the Red Devils should go and then they call themselves White Angels. Now, so all those teams will come and compete. Arsenal, even if they not sign a striker, might not be able to, because this is a case of three times unlucky, three times coming second, 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 second. That is if they will end up second this season. Having said that, there is also another problem that is brewing that would happen to Arsenal. And you may ask me, what's that problem? Now, this is the problem. The problem that is brewing that would happen to Arsenal is when this season ends and Arsenal goes out of the Champions League, don't win the league title. Now, player like William Saliba could be tapped by Real Madrid or Paris Saint-Germain or Juventus or FC Barcelona or any other club or even Bayern Munich. So that chance of saying that, oh, he's going to be there, might not be. Gabriel Magalhaes might also be tapped by somebody else. Odegaard might be tapped by somebody else. Bukayo Saka might be tapped by somebody else, because these players will sit where they are and say to themselves, you know what? I don't want to play beautiful football all through my career. Go and ask people like Fabregas, Robbie Van Persie, Ashley Cole, even Thierry Henry who won a lot of titles with Arsenal. We've been down this road before, and Sami Nasri, like Clichy, and the rest of it. We've been down this road before, and it is easy for you to know. But it's only the Arsenal boards that have experienced something before and are still not learning from it, because they are not pretty much learning anything from previous mistakes. All the mistakes that Arsenal have made last season, this season, and they will make next season, we've made it before and not very, very far away in a recent history of the club, but they would repeat it again. That's the sad part of it. So when those players leave, right now, Arsenal is 90% ready to win the title. What is remaining is that striker to make it 100%. Now, if you lose Saliba by the end of the season, which will eventually happen, Gabriel Magalhaes, probably Odegaard. That's a risk anyway. Remember, Thomas Partey would go, Jorginho will go. The players that you're thinking you're going to sign in those positions, you don't even know if they will settle in. That's why everybody was excited that Mikel Merino was coming. He's going to fill the Granit Xhaka position. He's still not filled it. Okay, so all those struggles comes in. Arsenal will go from 90% ready and they will drop down to 30%, and they start saying again, Arteta is rebuilding five seasons and they have gone already, and is rebuilding. The rebuild have started, and the rebuild is about to end with that. Okay, so there's an FA Cup and two Carabao, two League Cup anyway. But then Arne Slot will come from nowhere and win the league and a possible Champions League title as it stands, which is very, very strange, when you look at the Arsenal team. And it doesn't seem like there is an end in sight. I thought the coming of Arteta would ostracize the ghost of Wenger. Nobody would talk about the Ghana near misses, the bottling company, the deceiving, the flattering to deceive, the looking like it's going to be the year and then it goes. The continuous Netflix where you know that there is going to be another season and another season and another season. It's like a Prison Break. It's like Jack Bauer 24. That's the way the Arsenal situation is, and it's crazy. But then somebody sent me a message and asked me if I have to pick three strikers for Arsenal to sign. Oh, I did. Jude was the one that sent me that message. That if I have to pick three strikers for Arsenal to sign right now, as it is in the next transfer window, who would they be? And I honestly, in my head, I'm thinking, oh, Victor Gakores, Benjamin Sesko, a player like Osimhen, not necessarily Osimhen, a player like Osimhen, but I would like Nico Williams to come and add width to the team, even though he's not done well since after Euros, while Lamine Yamal is doing great with his performance with Barcelona. But I would also like him to come and add width to the team and all that. But I leave it to you guys. Who would you want Arsenal to sign? If you have the chance, the power to determine who Arsenal signs in the next transfer window in attack, who would you pick for Arsenal to sign? Having said that, let's go to Manchester United. I saw the Everton Manchester United game on Saturday. And as I was watching that game, I was saying, okay, a lot of schoolboy errors, but then the game ended 2-2. So credit to them for a good comeback. Could have ended in a win for them. It could have also ended in a win for Everton. But having said that, I'm saying to myself, yes, it is okay to have a dogmatic way. This is how I played. I can't change it for nobody. But if you keep saying that, you might lose this job. Yes, you get a good pay. You lose this job. You can't go back to Sporting. Sporting, I'm not sure what Sporting are not doing too well. They might give him the job back. It will make money. But this might not just go the way he expect them to go. His CV would have also been stained because he will now be seen as a manager who couldn't cut it in a big club. But then again, Manchester United have damaged bigger than Ruben Amorim. So it's not a big deal if Ruben Amorim fails. So some people will say. But we keep talking about the board, the stadium, the facilities not being good enough. There are some other clubs in the Premier League that have lesser, lesser, less important, lesser facilities than Manchester United. The Bournemouth of this world, the Brightons of this world, the Aston Villas of this world, they still do not have what Manchester United have. But one way or the other, they are succeeding in their own little way. And Manchester United should not be caught below 10 position for any reason. I absolutely do not agree. So the question of my friend Kolawole says that what exactly can be done to bring Man United back to its old glory days? Can they come back to winning ways and winning the Premier League and dominating it? I say not in our lifetime. That's what I told Kolawole. But they can win the title maybe once in every 5 or once in every 6 to 7, 10 years. Because right now, Man United are really not in a place for anybody to pick them as a team that can win the Premier League back to back. Chelsea, who were even recent winners, cannot be put in that conversation anymore. That has changed. It's not like the Premier League have become too competitive, but because there are for Man United, for instance, all of those refereeing decision that's going their way, other club now also benefit from that. So the Howard Webb of this world that used to work for them don't work for them anymore. There's VAR, there's quite a lot of other things that is happening in the world of football that's making football difficult. Again, like I said, football is not harder now than it was before. Because if you take the top 20 best footballers of 20 years ago against the top 20 best footballers of this era, remove Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, even if you put the two of them, maybe only the two of them will make the lineup against that 20. The others would fall apart. They will not make it. Even some average players of the past beats the best players of today. Because when you look at the Premier League, people tell you, oh, Alexander Isak is the best striker in the Premier League right now. And I laugh. The reason why I laugh is because it doesn't even make sense to me one bit. But hey, it is what it is. This is football. That's so life don't be now. So my question to you guys is, what can be done to bring Man United back to that place where they become champions once again? That's all I want you guys to talk about on the comment in the comment section. What do you think can be done to make them become Premier League champions again? What should Man United do? Get rid of the whole players, what exactly should Man United do to become Premier League champions again? Not even to make the top 4, top 6, or top 10. What can they do that can make Man United win the Premier League again? It's very, very important. And finally, Derek asked this question: with the squad that Chelsea have, can Chelsea create a system that will make them compete for the title next season? Take it that this season is gone. My answer to it is straight no. Chelsea, this season, the striker that Chelsea's got is the worst since the Roman Abramovich era started. Even the Mutu and Crespo that was kicked out, they were better than this Jackson and Nkuku and whoever they've got. The midfielders also do not match up with the previous one. The defenders, they don't even talk about it. John Terry alone beat the entire 4 back line or 5 back line, whatever back line that they have currently. So it's not even a match at all, at all. But in your own thoughts, can Chelsea come next season and compete for the title? Are they this close like Arsenal have been in the last 2 seasons, and now they are falling apart and they're going to be this far away, or they are still very far and nowhere near competing for the title? It's up to you to tell me what you think, and also put in the comment section what's your greatest moment from this weekend. For me, it is Como beating Napoli. I'm not mocking Napoli. Napoli fans don't take it personal, but seeing Como beat Napoli was very, very sweet. I loved it. Nottingham Forest almost did a full comeback, but they ended 4-3. Since we started praising Nottingham Forest, they've lost that form that they used to have. But hey, it is football, like they say. It's like biscuit. We don't know where to break. But thank you very much. My name once again is Daffy Mathias. I'm going to love to come in the leg with the sports. I beg you guys, if you've not subscribed to the channel, please do what to subscribe and turn on the notification button. I'll keep recording this. For those of you asking me why we're not doing live again, the internet have been terrible in this area, and the fiber optics that I paid for is inconsistent. It cannot work for a live stream. So bear with me until I get a better internet again. But I try as much as possible to record a few of my thoughts on a daily or 2 days basis. Thank you very much.